their home streak to 14 games. Like I said, normally I start these off, but it seemed like it's good luck. So I'm gonna start with you, Joe. How you feel about that game yesterday?
All right. What the Cowboys proved in this game, number one, they can close out games against a good opponent. They closed the game out offensively and defensively. Right? They were down. They needed a touchdown to get up. Right? And that's what they did. Dak did his part. And then they needed one more stop. One more stop. And what they do? Michael Parsons forced an incomplete pass. They get a stop. So that's one thing that proves me. Number two, Cowboys can beat a good team. All right. That's a monkey on their back they had all year. Now, they might go in the media and say we're not worried about that. They might tell you that, but we all know. That's constantly what they're hearing. People are discrediting all their blowout games. And with this Seahawks win, it kind of validates. People are still going to scoff at it. They're going to say, oh, the Seahawks were crumbling. They've been losing. They haven't been looking the same. Geno was injured. A lot of stuff they might say. But they can't take away the fact that they walked into that game 6-5, and they walked away 6-6. All right? And the Cowboys put that 6 right there. So that's another thing that proved, right? Number 3, Dak Prescott is definitely take care of the ball. I know everybody watching that game, when Dak had to get a touchdown, people were like, here it is. Here it comes. The moment I've been waiting for. Dak about to mess it up. He gonna throw a pick. And he left that game clean. Walked away clean. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Dak Prescott in a close game when he had a score to win at the end of the game. Come on now. This is a new Dak. And I got to give a lot of credit to Mike McCarthy. All right. Mike McCarthy is putting Dak in a great situation. And he's giving Dak more freedom in the offense. You can see it. Dak is talking way more before the snap than he was last year. All right. So that's why I believe the Cowboys prove a good win for them. And they got Philly next week. So they got to prove a lot more if they beat Philly, though.
I'm gonna go second on this one, Dave. Actually, no. You go second because the next one is for you. Next topic is just for you.
Okay. Me and Joe are in agreement here. They did everything they were supposed to do yesterday, and they're gonna look at the game and say, "Well, look, I mean, I'm gonna say what I was saying in the chat last night and today. I expected more out of the Cowboys to win this game because of what we did, the 49ers did to them last week. Now, the reason why I say this is because this is a division rival. You don't expect to beat division rivals the way that we beat division rivals, even though the Cowboys have been beating up on the Giants the last few years. So I get that part. But we also beat up on the Giants. So I was like, you know what? So
we was on the same page.
You saw a robot in real second. He started breaking up. Go ahead, though.
So I was thinking, since we beat up on the Giants, just like they beat up on the Giants, we beat up on the Seahawks, they should be able to do the same thing. But it didn't happen. But at the end of the day, what matters is that the Cowboys won that game. Mm-hmm. They were down 5 points. They were down 35-30. Dak went down threw a touchdown to Ferguson. Then he got the 2-point right after that. Next thing you know, they went and got a stop. Then they went down. Then they got a field goal to go up 6. All they had to do was get another stop to be able to close out that game. And Michael Parsons, like Tomo said, who went missing almost the entire game, made a key play at the end when it mattered. This is what the Cowboys needed. They needed to be a team that was over 500. They didn't have that all season long. We've been saying that at about 2 teams this season. That's the Miami Dolphins and the Dallas Cowboys. Who's the only team that actually got that done so far? That's the Dallas Cowboys. So Cowboys did what they were supposed to do. Like you said, they got Philly next week, but Philly got another problem to worry about. And that's this Sunday.
They definitely do got a problem on their hands, and we're gonna talk about that one in the next block. So make sure y'all stick around for that one. Now, what did the Cowboys prove to me with this win over Seattle? Nothing. I told y'all I believed in my team. If you go back and watch the panel before, I told y'all we could go 14-3 and that we was gonna beat Seattle. So right now we're 9-3. We still got to run the table, But I also said this too. I said, hey, Dak Prescott, he's gonna be my bold prediction to win MVP. And everyone was like, Tomo, you tripping, you tripping. I was like, look, if I want the Cowboys to get to the Super Bowl, Dak Prescott has to play at an MVP-esque level. Last night, when he was about to get sacked, everyone was like, "Oh, he's going down." And then I seen him pull a Romo move, and he got up, and then he threw a dart. I thought he was gonna throw a pick. He threw a dot, and I said, "That's it right there. That's that MVP I've been telling people about." Joe, you said it in the chat earlier when you was like how we talk about Mahomes. The only person that always goes to bat for Dak is me. Hey, Worm, I got you on the bandwagon, bro. Not looking so bad. You wanted to jump last night. You almost wanted to jump. But
Don't do it, Worm.
man, don't do a bloodbath.
But
Like but like the title says, encore, encore. We need more of this because you gotta do it again against Philly. You gotta do it again against the Bills. You gotta do it against the Lions. Like this, the table is set for you to go win MVP because normally we would have the easier side of our schedule right now. But now it's the tough side. So things that it proved to me again is that Dak is on another level. He's reached that new level. In Dak we trust. But Mike McCarthy is also going back to his days when he had Aaron Rodgers early on with his play calling, where he trusts his quarterback to make the plays. He's like, look, if I call it, I know you're going to dial it up. You're going to make the right read. Another thing that I learned, though, this is the bad thing, is that our defense, when we go up against teams that are above 500, we can play bully ball on those teams where we know we're going to get to the quarterback. But Geno Smith was sacked how many times last night? Once. And it wasn't even once. We can technically say 0 because they just gave Micah the sack. But technically, Geno learned his lesson from he learned his lesson from last week when he played against those 49ers. He wasn't holding on to the ball at all. As soon as he seen pressure, he was like, here you go. Here you go. I don't care. Here you go. And every time he threw it up, a receiver was there. One of the plays where DK caught a touchdown, Geno was literally throwing the ball away. DK just got open and caught it. Let's talk about DK. I said it yesterday on our preview. I said this team has confidence. They have the players to win these games. They just hit a funk. And they woke up last night. 3 touchdowns from DK Metcalf. Coach, you gotta change your profile pic, man. He showed up. Also, the penalties. You can't play against good teams with penalties. The Seahawks were winning most of that game because there was one entire drive where the Cowboys gave them. They just walked them into the red zone with nothing but either a false start. I mean, not false. It was offsides, holding, PI, touchdown. Another drive where they did it again. Lucky for us that the Seahawks are railing that they did the same thing on the flip side on their defense. So again, there's just things that they have to learn when you go up against good teams that you got to control. Look, why are you lining up all sides? Why are you so eager to get to Geno Smith when you haven't been getting there all night? Technique, you got to learn that. Offensive side, when you get in the red zone, you have to score. Yeah. You need to score. Like field goals is nice, but if you getting 3 and the other person is getting 7, I seen Golden State clean people up all the time. You making 2s and I'm making 3s. I'm gonna win this game. So you got to score and get that running game together. But outside of that, Dak did what he's supposed to do. Shut the haters up. Now do it again next week.
What else I learned, Tomo? Let's just stop it now. Unless he proves himself next week, Deron Blank defensive player of the year. I'm sorry.
He got a pick yesterday, but he got barbecued.
That pick me nothing because the Cowboys didn't capitalize on it. And then he was getting, and then right after that, he gave him a touchdown.
You know, yesterday I had a Trayvon Diggs moment. I said, you got all them interceptions, but remember you gave up all them yards? I said, this is why people was talking about, the picks is nice, but you're giving up yards. That game right there, he gave up almost, I think he broke a record. Over 150 yards receiving in one half.
Yes.
Right after you won defensive play. I don't think he wanted to win that defensive play of the year. I think he just wanted to chill. He's like, now y'all getting me picked on. He made Stephon Gilmore had to go check DK.
So. Yeah, that's what changed the game in the second half. They had to put Gilmore on him.
Yeah.
My goodness. He got barbecued last night. I think it was 5 catches for 150 something yards in the first half.
Yes.
That was terrible.
Yes. And they was picking on him. When I'm talking about picking on him, they was like,
where he at? Oh, okay, there you go. It was looking for that.
I'm just glad he ain't Anthony Brown. They would have won that game if that was Anthony
Oh
Brown.
man, you would have had like 3 passing interferences that led to touchdowns.
I mean, he basically did. He had like 2. So
he was getting cooked. I was like, dang. But hey,
if he do it again next week, I mean, if he bounce back next week, he can get back in the runnings. But yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
He gotta get a pick 6 next week.
Whew, he gonna need one, especially like on AJ Brown's side. But look, I'm glad we talked about them. We talking about them because we got to keep the ball rolling. We gonna go right over, and I see you here, Kev. So you right on time because we got to talk about last year. You know what I'm saying? Because last year,
both of them Philly boys are here.
Oh, they here. Okay. Let me make sure as I talk about this, I'm gonna update the topic as well. But we got to talk about the 49ers versus the Eagles because the NFC Championship rematch is here, and guess what? The Eagles 10-1.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.